This video is going to be looking at elbow flexion pails and rails from a low kneeling position using the blocks and the PVC pipe here as our equipment for this. So for this, we want to understand how much flexion we have. So can I bring my elbows up into flexion there? That's going to give us really an understanding of where we need to be putting our yoga blocks. So when you come down into that low kneeling position, I want you to grab that PVC pipe, and you're going to set the yoga blocks up so the pipe is inside where your hands are going to be. There. So this is our setup position, and I'm going to drop down a little bit more. That's going to create a little bit more flexion from there. From this point, what I want to do is I want to drive my wrists or my elbows into supination. So I'm going to try to drive myself that way. I want to feel like I'm trying to break this bar in half. As I do that, I'm building tension, and then I'm going to start to drive my hands down into the blocks here. Really feeling that through the triceps and a little bit through the forearms as well as we go into supination. Driving that up to our greatest, safest, pain-free effort, holding for 8 to 10 seconds, and from that point, we're going to try to drive into our rails. We're going to drive up as much tension as we can into flexion. Now, in this position, we are probably going to have more flexion. So in reality, it's really not a rails contraction. It's actually a liftoff from this point. But if you can't raise it up, then it will become a rails contraction. So it's really more of a pails liftoff contraction versus a pails and rails. But if we can't lift it off, it is a rails contraction from that point. So once again, coming down here, grabbing that bar, coming into some elbow flexion, into a low kneel, supinating our hands out, driving tension into that bar like we're trying to break it, drive our hands down into the blocks, hold that contraction, now lift off. Try to drive, don't lose that tension, don't lose the connection with the bar, and drop down. So once again, this video is really looking at elbow flexion. Can we generate control and force through that position using a pails and more so a lift off at the end of that versus a rails contraction. But as I said in the video earlier, if you cannot lift your elbow up, then it does become a rails contraction.